as we are thinking about Jabari Smith, Paolo Banchero, Chet Holmgren, what are the bets down the board, Brandon, you first, that you're thinking about that might have more value, since the top of the board is what's going to get all the attention?
Yeah, so I in this, is regarding the intel and how do we sort through it all. On an NBA draft, I like to do kind of what you and Simon do on the favorites. I like to bet on the unpredictability, the gross factor. Like whenever something looks locked in and the number goes way up and it's like, oh, here we go, Paolo to number 3. It's been at minus 500, minus 1,000 for much of the process. Jaden Ivey, the sure thing at number 4. Nothing is a sure thing. Never anything is a sure thing. You can't be sure at number 3 and 4 when we don't know who's going 1 and 2. It logically doesn't make sense. So I end up getting a lot of things wrong because I'm willing to play a lot of these longer plus numbers. So one that Matt just talked about, Matt said a lot of things about Keegan Murray. I agree with all of them. Keegan Murray is a really good player. He's a known commodity. I'm taking the over on Keegan Murray at 5.5. I'm getting that at plus numbers, something close to 2-1 now, because there's so much talk about him going in the top 5. But here's what I think I know about the top 5. There's those 3 big guys. They're definitely going in the top 5. There's Jaden Ivey. We think that he's almost certainly going in the top 5. That's 4. There's only 5 picks in the top 5. I'm pretty good at math. That 5 out of 5 is it. That only leaves 1 spot for Keegan Murray. I think Keegan's a good player. He's like a Tobias Harris, a TJ Warren type, but he's older. He would be the second oldest top 5 draft pick in the last 9 NBA drafts. We don't draft older college players. That to me is a red flag. An old player, a junior, basically by age, almost a senior, that would be really rare here. So you look for, okay, well, if it doesn't happen, what's the reason? Benedict Mathurin could go there. Dyson Daniels, Shaedon Sharpe, younger upside guys. That's what we see in NBA drafts. I'm willing to bet on uncertainty. Maybe it's a smokescreen. Maybe it's a Keegan Murray thing. Maybe it's a team fell in love with one of those young guys. But when there's a very narrow path, it's got to be this way. Keegan Murray has to fit in this one slot to hit the under. I know that's what we all think is going to happen. I'll play the other side because I'm getting better odds there. I like that one. One other, my favorite pick on the board right now is Ochai Agbaji over 13.5. Agbaji is another good known commodity. He played at Kansas. He won the national championship with them. He is 22 years old. He's a knockdown shooter. Every NBA team wants a guy like Agbaji who can shoot, who can come in and play right away. Easy case, done and done. Slot him into your lineup. Again, the NBA draft at the top is about youth and about upside. There are a lot of wings in this draft. This is a really interesting wing draft. Here are guys on the wing like Agbaji that I know are going to go ahead of him. As far as we know, Benedict Mathurin, Johnny Davis, Dyson Daniels, Shaedon Sharpe, AJ Griffin. Those are probably top 10 picks. Those are guys who are going to go ahead of Agbaji. I like Malachi Branham from Ohio State a lot. Ousmane Dieng, the international guy, is a guy getting a ton of buzz lately. I am betting on those guys by fading Agbaji because, again, there's only 13 picks in the top 13, and there's going to be some big guys and some other players in there. I think the number is important there, but I like the over on Ochai Agbaji. He's a good player. We're not betting on will the player be good or not. We're betting on the value and where will the intel kind of force things. And I think it's important on these bets. Look at the number. If you think a guy has to go in the top 5 or the top 13, count the players out. There's only so many slots for guys to fit in. And know too that books want you to bet. Books know we want to bet the unders. That's more fun. We want to bet the guy to go high in the draft. So I usually try to trend toward the over if I can because of that reason.